Another important question is, what are media queries? So always remember, media queries were not introduced with CSS3. They are pretty old. They were introduced in CSS2 itself. And what it basically means is you can set different set of rules for computer screens, printers, handheld devices, television types, and so on. So for different media, or for different screen sizes, or for different orientations, or for different resolutions, you can apply different rule sets. So a media query can be used to check these all things: width and height of your viewport, width and height of your device, orientation in the case of tablet and phone, that is landscape or portrait, okay, and then the resolution. So what is the difference between a viewport and a device? Viewport means this browser. Now this is my viewport, but my device is my entire device. This is my screen size. Okay, so this is my device width and height, but my viewport's width and height is only this browser windows, width and height. So of course support is not given for IE8 and below. Now this is the syntax. You will write @media, then you will write not or only, and then the media type. So what are the media types? Media types can be all, print, screen, or speech. All means all the media devices, print means only the printers, screen means computer screens or tablet screens or smartphones. And speech means, screen readers that will read out your page loud. Okay, so most of the times you'll be using the media type as screen only. Okay, so once again, back to the syntax. You'll be writing @media, not or only, then whatever media type. Here mostly you will write screen, and here it will be your expression. Okay, so this is how your media query will be. Now you can also have different style sheets for different media. Okay, and the way to do it is, in your style sheet link you can directly write media equal to whatever media type, that means screen, then any one of these operators, and not only, and here you will write your expression. Okay, now I will give a simple example of media query. I can simply write @media screen, means for computer screens or tablets or phones, and here's the operator, and then I'll say if the min width is this much, that means if the screen size is bigger than this, then the background color should turn to light green. I'll show it to you in practice. So let us say that I have said that when the screen size is lesser than this, then it should be blue in color, and when the screen size is lesser than that, then it should be olive color. So here the screen size is less than 600 pixel, as you can see over here, and that is why it is in olive color. But as soon as the screen size reaches from 600 to 992, then it will be blue. So now it is more than 600. So as soon as it becomes more than 600, it turns blue. Okay, so this is the easiest example of media query. Now let us complicate the situation furthermore. Only if the screen size is lesser than 900 but more than 600, then this particular styling rule should get applied. Now let me give you a practical example. So let us open developer tool. We go to more tools and dev tools. Here you will see this button which will say toggle device toolbar. Shortcut is Ctrl+Shift+M. So when you do that, your media changes. Okay, that means it changes to this particular tablet mode. So here you can choose which kind of a tablet it is or which type of a phone it is. So let us say I have Galaxy S5. Then this is the screen size for Galaxy S5. It is 360 by 640 pixel. Okay, and I'll just say 100%, or let us say fit to my window. Okay, so this is how it will look. Now I can change the orientation to landscape or portrait. Okay, now in all these different media, means this is the media, and for all the screen sizes and for all the orientations, that means this guy, I want different styling rules to get applied. So this is basically the application of media queries, and this is why you actually use it in real life, because many times, when you make a website, it doesn't really look good on a particular phone, and then you have to tweak it a bit. Just let us say that on iPhone X only it does not work well. So I'll see what are the what is the screen size of that iPhone X, and I will write a media query accordingly. And you don't even have to write this media query on your own. You get it online also. Like for example, if I say media query for iPhone X, then I will get a lot of websites which will be having this particular media query. So let us say I go to the Stack Overflow, and here I get that particular media query. I do not have to memorize anything, or I do not have to write it using this developer tool. But now let us cross verify it with our developer tools. So here the device width is 375 and device height is 812. So let us see 375 and 812. So that is the exact dimension of the screen of iPhone X. So whosoever writes this media query, those developers also actually see the device's width and height, and accordingly only they write the media query. And here they have also said that device pixel ratio should be 3. So don't go into those details. It's not required. Even if you would have written these two things, that would also suffice your purpose. So this is about media queries. Now, where will you use these media queries? So one example, I showed it to you, but you will hardly use it to change the background color, will you? You won't do it, right? Normally you will do it for applications like this, that here, let us say my text is there, and if there is very little space, then it will be shown in a single column, and if there is sufficient space, then I will see multiple columns. So how is this kind of a thing done? It is quite simple. See, first of all I'll say that there is one row and multiple columns. Okay, so I will show it to you. See, there's one row and multiple columns inside it. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go to the row class and I'll say that display equal to flex and flex wrap equal to wrap. Okay, after that, for every column, I will say that, see, by default your flex should be 25%. Okay, but let us say that your screen size is even lesser than these many pixels in width, then number of columns should be 2. That means your column width should be 50%. Normally it is like this. For a very long screen, for a very big screen, it is divided into 4 columns, but if the screen size reduces, then it gets converted to 2 columns, and it is done using this, that flex equal to 50%. And then if you reduce the screen size even below 600 pixels, so here for column I have not given any flex, so definitely they will be shown within one column. So this is how it is going to be shown, because the width got reduced even lesser than 600 pixel. Okay, so this is a very practical example. Now there is another practical example that you have a lot of photographs over here, and they will be in a responsive grid like this. Okay, so now if you reduce the size a lot, then only one column of photographs is shown. But if you increase the size, then they get properly stacked with each other, so that you can see maximum number of photographs in one site. Okay, so how is that done? Again, it can be done using Flexbox. So what you're doing over here is you have a row and then you have multiple columns. Okay, so one row has multiple columns. Here once again what you're doing is in the row you're saying display equal to flex and flex wrap equal to wrap. Same thing we did in the last example. And then what you're doing is for every column by default flex equal to 25, and if the width is lesser than 800, then flex equal to 50. If it is lesser than 600, then flex equal to 100%. Okay, so this is how it looks. In the previous example also, we could have written flex equal to 100%. It would have worked the same. Here, if I don't give any flex, then also by default it means flex equal to 100%. But here it is also changing the max width equal to 100%. So what this does is, it spreads the image as well. Okay, so it does not display the image in its original size. It is increasing the width or decreasing the width of the image according to the screen size, and that is why we have used max width also here. Okay, so this is what it is. So even if I don't give this flex equal to 100%, it will work just the same. See, it is still responsive. It works exactly the same, no problem, because the default value of flex is anyways 100%. Now, until now we saw what are the various media types, and let me also tell you what are the various media features. So in your syntax, you have seen that, media equal to, here you write the media type, here the operator, and here you write an expression. So inside the expression you use min width or max width. Okay, so what are these? These are media features. Okay, so here the media feature is like max height or max width or min height or min width. Okay, but likewise, there are so many other things that you can use, like max color index, or grid, or height, or color, or what is the aspect ratio. All of these things you can use. So be creative about it. What is the orientation? So it can be either landscape or portrait. Whether it is a grayscale equal to true or false, means let us say that you have a smartphone and you're seeing it in the grayscale mode. So in that case, probably what you would want is your website should have a high contrast colors. So in that case, you will change the styling and so on. I mean, there are so many other examples, so you can go through this exhaustive list on W3 Schools or on other websites.